today we are learning about vertebrates. Now there are 5 classes of vertebrates. First one is Pisces, which includes all the fishes. Then is amphibia, then reptilia, aves, that is birds, and mammals, mammalia. Now let us first study the important 6 features of each one of them. Now the habitat. Fishes live in water, so it is aquatic. No fish will remain out of water except mud skippers in the mangrove region. They can live without water in the sand for some time. They are adapted to the mangrove condition. Amphibians are aquatic as well as terrestrial because they can live on land as well as water. Reptiles most of them are terrestrial. Most are terrestrial. Few snakes or crocodile or tortoise and turtles are aquatic. Most birds are aerial, or few are terrestrial, few are aquatic. So mostly they are aerial or arboreal. They remain in trees, on the trees. There are few birds which are flightless. They remain on the land because they cannot fly. Now mammals, most of them are terrestrial. There are some cases like a flying mammal, like bat, or a gliding mammal, that is a gliding squirrel, and some are aquatic, few, that is the whale, dolphin, porpoises, seal, etc. Now coming to the next feature or characteristic, that is the heart. In the fish, it is two-chambered heart. Two-chambered. In case of reptiles and amphibia, that is the frogs, they are three-chambered heart. All reptiles are also three-chambered heart except crocodile. In crocodile, it is four-chambered like mammals and birds. Now in birds and mammals, it is four-chambered heart. That is two ventricles and two auricles. You all have learnt in the 8th standard. Now coming to the breathing organ or the respiratory organ, you cannot say it is the nose or the nostrils. You have to write the main organ of breathing or respiration, that is in the Pisces it is the gills. Now in amphibia, because they live in the water as well as on the land, they have a life cycle. In the larval stages or the tadpole breathe with gills. When it is on the land, it can breathe with lungs. And when it is in the water, the adult frog, when it is goes in the water, it can breathe by the moist skin. So they have 3 respiratory organs in different stages of their life. Now reptiles, birds and mammals, all of them breathe by lungs. Coming to the locomotory organ, depending on the habitat, the locomotory organ is modified. For example, in case of the fish, because they have to live in the water, they have fins, and even tail helps in locomotion. In amphibia, it is the webbed feet. Webbed feet is the main characteristic. They have limbs, 2 pair of limbs. In reptiles, they have one pair of limb. In case of amphibia, it is called pentadactyl. Pentadactyl, that is the limbs have 5-digit fingers always. In case of reptiles, it is the legs, a pair of legs. And in case of snake or all the animals which move on the land, which don't have legs, mostly snakes, They have ventral plates which are helping in locomotion. Now coming to birds, it is the modification of the forelimb into wings. So they have forelimbs are modified into wings and they can move on the second pair of limbs. Now in case of mammals, there are two pair of legs, two pairs of limbs. Most of the animals like tiger, camel, cow, they move on all the four limbs, whereas humans are modified or adapted to change. They can move on only two legs and the hands are used for other work. Now coming to the coming to the body temperature, we have two types of animals. Animals like fish, amphibia and reptiles, they come under one category, that is they are called cold-blooded animals. So they are cold-blooded. Whereas birds and mammals are warm-blooded. In cold-blooded animals, what happens is the body temperature remains same as the environmental temperature outside the body. And in case of warm-blooded animals, the body temperature remains constant and it will not be same as the environmental temperature. Now, in cold-blooded animals, if outside it is very cold, the body temperature will be equal to that, so the body temperature will also become cold or less. When it is hot outside, the body temperature will become more. So these are called poikilotherms or poikilothermal temperature. Whereas in warm-blooded animals, what happens, if outside is very warm or hot in summers, our body sweats, so we give out sweat to maintain the body temperature constant. This is perspiration. And also in case of cold, when it is outside cold, we shiver. So shivering and perspiration both are ways of maintaining our body temperature constant. So these are called homeotherms or homeothermal animals, the birds and the mammals. Now coming to exoskeleton, all the fishes have scales, you must have seen. So they have scales on their body. Then the amphibians have a moist, slimy skin. Then reptiles, again hard, scaly. They are hard and scaly body, rough. The birds are feathers, and the mammals have hair or fur on their body. All mammals except some like the water aquatic mammals. Now coming to some features which are not mentioned here, the pieces can be divided into two types. One is cartilaginous fish and other is bony fish. So in cartilaginous fish, what happens is the body skeleton is made up of soft flexible bones. We cannot call them bones, cartilage. In bony fish, the skeleton is made up of hard bones. So this is a difference. Here the example is shark or dogfish and skates. Here any other fish, that is mackerel, sardines, whichever you know. Then here the examples are toad, amphibians, toad, then salamander, newt, and also frogs. Now these have an important feature, that is tympanum. They don't have ears. Both amphibians and reptiles have tympanum. It is slightly different. In this, tympanum is just a depression on the skin, ear region, and in case of reptiles, the depression is little deeper, tube-like structure, and that depression is little like a hollow structure. Now coming to the important feature of the birds, they have the eggs which are calcareous, whereas the reptiles have a leathery eggs. And the birds have an important feature, that is they have hollow bones or light body. Actually the hollow bones make the body light for flight. Then mammals, the important characteristic is they give birth to young ones. All these are laying eggs. Mammals give birth to young ones, and they also feed their babies with the milk. And one more important thing is, there is exception in mammals. There are two examples which lay eggs, that is duckbill platypus and spiny anteater. Now one more important thing is about the fishes and the birds have one thing in common. They have a streamlined body. The shape of the boat or the body of the fish and the bird is streamlined so that they cut friction in the air and the water. So this is very important for them. Now some examples of reptiles are tortoise, turtles, or any snake, cobra, etc. The birds examples can be anything from right from the sparrow to kiwi. They may be flightless, but all come under that same example. Now there is mammals, that is dog, cat, or your pets, or most of them are mammals. Now with this we finish this lesson. So just read the lesson well, and any questions you can WhatsApp me before we start the next class. Thank you.